about to show you how we do our entire content research. This is going to show you how you can find your content ideas, how you can go ahead and transcribe all of the ideas, make AIs out of these proven viral scripts, and then come up with even more ideas once you already have a base of content ideas that you find with this strategy. So this is a strategy that a lot of the more advanced people do, but nobody really talks about because it's kind of an industry secret a little bit. But I'm going to show you what really everyone is doing to find really high quality ideas that are getting people millions of views. The first part of this is you need to find creators. You need to find creators specifically that are in your space and they're successfully making content. They're successfully getting views on social media, and they're successfully getting clients. You can also look at people who are adjacent to you. So if you are in the finance industry, I know that's a large industry, so you could look also into other real estate content creators to get inspiration for your ideas. That's kind of an example of what I mean by adjacent. So something that's similar or kind of tied to what you're already doing. Now, the first thing you want to do is there's this service called Text Verified. It's actually this website I've got up here. This service that I've got, this will allow you to create an SMS number. What are you going to do with that SMS number? You're going to create a new Instagram account. You're going to create a brand new, fresh Instagram account. And you're not going to be posting on this one. You're just going to be using this as like a research Instagram tool. What I like to do is I use Chrome for most of my browsing on my computer. And then what I'll do is I'll have my secret Instagram page on my Microsoft Edge. So this is not, as you can see here by the profile picture, this is not my personal Instagram. This is just a random Instagram I've created. And I've created this a couple of weeks ago. So the next thing you want to do is you want to find creators. You want to find creators in your space. You probably already know a couple of them, but what you can do is you can search up things like finance creators or finance, or if you're in real estate brokers, real estate agent, real estate investors. If you are in the medical field or if you are in construction, home services, search up other people just like you. Pool builders, remodelers, surgeons, whatever that is for you, search that and you'll find the top creators. But the secret here is in this section right here. Once you find someone, as you can see, this guy, he has 185,000 followers. That's cool, and he does his social media well, but he's not an ideal creator that we want to do research on because he's already built an audience. This section right here that pops up once you actually follow someone for the first time is what we're interested in. This is going to give us a lot of smaller creators that we can then go ahead and follow. So that gives us kind of like an infinite tool where we can just find 1, 2, 5, or 10 creators in our space and then just follow all of the suggested people. In this example, I've unfollowed him and followed him so I could show you, but that's the concept. You want to go in there and find those creators in your space, and then the suggested for you will pop up. This pops up on both desktop and on phone. So the next thing you want to do is you want to find creators similar to this guy. You see this guy? The great thing about this guy and kind of like the criteria we're looking for is people that have, less than 100,000 followers ideally. And we're specifically looking for outlier videos. Now, what does it mean to be an outlier video? The outlier videos get 5 times the number of followers. So as you can see here, this guy, he's got 46.6 thousand followers, and this specific video he made had 303,000 views. So that means it's an outlier. The next thing you want to do once you find a bunch of these videos, so you're going to go ahead and find these creators. Once you find a list of like 10 or 20 of these creators, you'll have a ton of people that you can do research on to find these concepts. So with this video specifically, this concept right here, a ton of people have done it. with their own content and other people's content, where they talk about this video got X amount of views and this video got way more because I made this one change. And then he goes over the change he makes. This is a format really that you can copy as well. The next thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and transcribe. Okay, so I've listed a couple of these tools that you can use, Kapwing being one of them. This one is kind of like an online video editor, and it has a tool that gives you 10 minutes of free transcription. So you can go ahead in there into the Kapwing app, download that video using another app like Snap Insta. This, if you just search up Snap Insta, you can go ahead, copy paste the URL of this video here, and then you can download it onto your computer. I mean, alternatively, what you can do as well is you can just go ahead and use a tool like this one, Get Transcribe. This one will just get you the transcription straight from the link, which is really useful, but you do have to pay credits. Now, if you kind of want to skip the steps of like downloading the videos and then uploading them to Kapwing or another software to get the transcription, and you're okay with paying a couple bucks, then use Get Transcribe. The other thing for people that are a little more advanced, this has an API, which basically means you can use it in automations. So if you have some sort of automation team or you yourself do automations, you can then eventually use this tool to, make an automation that transcribes a bunch of videos for you. Now, the next thing you can do, once you've got those transcriptions, is you can pass them on to ChatGPT. Now, what do you do with those transcriptions? There's a ton of stuff you can do. The number one thing you can do is you can write your own scripts. That's the most obvious thing you can do. Write your own scripts. You grab those transcriptions as a base for your own video, and then you go ahead and make some changes, tweaks, but you want to keep the hook the same, visually and verbally and everything else. So that says visual plus text plus audio. You want to keep the visual hook the same, the text hook the same, and the audio hook the same, because this is a proven concept that got people's attention. What goes after that, I would recommend, so the body of the video, I would recommend that you kind of change up the words and maybe the topic if you're in a different industry, but don't change up the format of how it's laid out. A lot of videos have a sort of, especially videos that do really well, have sort of storytelling format where they might kind of pique your interest and then kind of breadcrumb you a little bit so that they keep your attention. You want to keep that same format. A lot of these guys that we're kind of taking inspiration from have figured this out really well, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. The next thing you can do with the transcript is paste this prompt into ChatGPT. So with those transcripts, once you've got like maybe 5 or 10 of these different transcripts of these videos, you can ask ChatGPT to turn those into 50 Instagram post ideas for your business. Now, what you want to do is you kind of want to insert your information where it says, this is my business, these are my ideal clients, these are my goals, and then paste the scripts. That way you can grab 50 content ideas that are similar to these ideas that already did well. And these aren't going to give you like viral topics. This is not going to like give you some crazy response, but what it is going to do is it's going to give you 50 really good ideas. What you want to do with those ideas is you want to filter out. And you want to filter out and you want to basically just pick the ones you and your clients talk about. So this is a key concept right here. So out of these ideas that you get from these 50 ChatGPT content ideas, the key here is to really just only grab the ones that kind of resonate with your ideal client. So that can be stuff that they ask, patterns that you see, questions that they have, concerns that they have, things that they really like about you or your service. Those are the concepts you want to grab from ChatGPT. The reason we ask it to do 50 is just so that it gives us so many different ideas that maybe 5 or 10 of those ideas that it gives us are going to be really, really good. And that's all you need. So the final thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and if you want to mix up the content because you don't want to post the exact same video, what you want to do is you want to change up the format. So for example, this video right here, if you're comparing one thing to another, you can use this format right here where it's one side, it's one thing, and the other side, it's another thing. All right, that's one format. Another format that I like to do is reaction format. So if there's a viral video, even one of these videos that you found, you can go ahead and react to it, which kind of shows your expertise, and it's also more likely to go viral because you're watching a video that already went viral, and the viewers are going to be watching the same video with you. This also creates kind of some curiosity because when you're watching a reaction of someone doing something, that means that you're going to, it kind of presupposes that you have a take on it or that the video that you're reacting to is controversial in some way. The next kind of format that you can do is green screen. This is really good to react to other videos, to react to news is especially a big one. So when, you know, a big news outlet comes out with something that's really relevant to your industry, you can do a green screen video where you're in the background or you're in the front and the news or the video is in the background and you're kind of talking about it. This is kind of like a more personal way of getting breaking news out, and it's super easy to make and it's super easy to do. For these kind of videos, I'd recommend you go ahead and create them on TikTok because on TikTok you won't need any editing or anything. TikTok already has, like, one of their tools that they have is a green screen, and you can easily just put a picture there and react to it. Now, another 2 types of content. This is one of my clients here. This is kind of more of like a talking content, but you're outside, you're showing your job site, whatever that may be. This is another really good one where you're also talking, but you're also in a space that's more relevant to you. Finally, the last kind of content format that might work for you is like testimonial type format, where it's you and a client talking to each other about yourself, about your service, that sort of thing. This one is really good as a case study, testimonial. This is an amazing type of content that everyone should be posting if you have some sort of business. You want to make sure that you're getting your clients, your customers on video, ideally with them. So yeah, I know this was a lot, but this is the entire content research process that I like to do for myself and for my clients as well. So, I mean, if you like this video and you want our help doing your content, doing this process for you, go ahead and shoot me a DM below on my Instagram and we'll get in touch. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button. Thanks.